Yo, what's up? Today I'm talking about she's twice my age and age gap relationships. All right. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Kane. I'm the Silver Bachelor. This channel is 100% dedicated to dating advice for older guys. If this is your first time at my channel, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification button because I drop a video every day. All right. She's twice my age and age gap relationships. Yes, I often date women twice my age. And I'm going to explain this whole topic. And maybe some of you will be like, oh my God, that's so weird or whatever, right? Some of you are like, well, age is just a number. And the biggest thing, like one of the reasons why I decided to do this video is because recently I was on a date and the woman says, so the woman asked me, she says, so what is your typical dating range, right? And I say, well, 20 to 45, typically. And she looks at me and she's like, well, what would you have in common with a 20-year-old? All right, so this is where I'm going to stop you guys. First of all, she's of legal age. The age, I'm not saying that I'm all, I only date younger women. I just said I date from 20 to 45, typically, right? A woman who's 20 years old is, I'm going to mention a couple things. One, she's of legal age. She can take responsibility for her actions. Next, this studies have shown women have a maturity of 12 years more than a man her same age. When I was 20 years old, I was so immature. I had no idea what I was doing in my life. Even when I was 30, I still didn't have my shit together, right? So she's 20. Her mental state is of someone who's 32, okay? Now you might be thinking, whoa, what do you have in common, Silver Bachelor? So listen, it's not about generational things that you have in common. Sure, that helps, but I'll give you an example. I just recently became friends with a guy in the building, okay? We're both straight guys. And he is 27, right? I'm almost twice his age. And here's the thing. You might be thinking, well, what do you have in common, man? Like, such a generational difference. Well, look, we have a bunch of stuff in common. So first of all, he loves EDM, like I love EDM. He loves sports. He loves science fiction movies. He loves whiskey. And we've started hanging out. And based on just some of those things that we have in common, we have become friends. And this is a dude, okay? So women, it's the same thing. I have met women in their 20s, and we have music in common. We have certain brands that we like in common, or other things, or, oh, I love going to museums, whatever. I love this TV series. Like you end up finding things in common. So many of you guys and women think well, what do you have in common? And there's just such generational differences, but it doesn't have to be that way, right? And so, and you know what? It's mostly a Western phenomenon, to say phenomenon, of like that, that's negatively looked at with an age gap. But so many other countries and areas around the world, that is not a factor. In Latin America, for example, the families think it's actually a good thing that the woman's dating an older guy because that means that he can take care of her, right? In a lot of Asian cultures, it's the same thing. Middle East, it's the same thing. So, I get, how to say this? I get the most heat from women. You're right. I get the most heat from women saying, why would you go out with someone who's 20? Why would you go out with somebody who's 25? Like, wouldn't you want somebody who's more age appropriate? What the fuck does that mean? You know what it is? They are bitter and they're jealous that I'm actually attracting younger women than they are. So, right? So I encourage you guys not to think of it in a strange way. There is one exception, though. One exception. I'll put this on the table. I do not have children. I was married before for 20 years, single 2 years. I do not have any children. So I would say this. If I had a daughter, I would not date anyone younger than my daughter. And in fact, it would be pretty weird, I think, if I was dating somebody around my daughter's age. And so I'm not, I think my mindset would change if I had children, but I don't. So I don't fall into the same typical category as a father with a daughter, and I'm dating somebody around that daughter's age or younger. So I will put that on the table. But let me know in the comments what you think. However, I'm going to leave you with a couple other things first before I end this video, so I don't forget. And that is, you might be thinking, okay, that makes all sense as Silver Bachelor. How do I end up dating successfully these younger women? Okay, so I will leave you with this, a couple comments on what these younger women are looking for in an older guy. All right, I've done a few videos on this specific topic or some variations of the topic. So what they're looking for is they're looking for a guy that is very youthful, right? So when I say youthful, I mean the guy takes care of himself. I mean, look at me. I'm in pretty good shape, right? I take care of my skin. I take care of I dress well and things like that. So they're looking for a guy that's not going to look like a grandpa. In fact, quick story. There's a woman in my building. She went out on a date. She's 65 or 63. She went out on a date with a guy around her age. And she said she wouldn't go on a second date with him because he looked like her grandfather, or that he could be her grandfather, right? Well, most people in their 60s are grandfathers, grandmothers. But it didn't matter. She felt that he looked like that. So I will encourage you, if you do want to date younger women are looking for more youthful guys, even though they're older, but they take care of themselves. And most importantly, they have fun and maybe even dangerous hobbies. Now, when I say fun, I'm not talking about golf. All you guys seem to think that golf is like the best hobby to have out there. Women don't give a shit about golf. They find golf so fucking boring. So don't even bring that up on your dates. They don't care about golf. Very few women care about that. I'm talking like fun hobbies, like maybe even dangerous. Like you have a motorcycle, you fucking rebuild cars. I mean, for some of my hobbies, I DJ, I have a YouTube channel, I scuba dive. Like, so they like those type of hobbies, and ideally something that's like you play the guitar, right? Fucking, you're part of a band, you play the drums, you play the electric guitar. Like, they love that stuff. So let me know what you think in the comments about ultimately age gap relationships, and specifically, I want to know your point of view. If you don't have children, does the same principles apply, or does it not matter? So appreciate you watching this video, and we'll see you next time.